Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football for your latest transfer news. Lots to discuss this morning. I don't know why people think there's not a lot going on today, because there actually is. Some big developments around Raphinha, Richarlison, Lewandowski, Neymar, Bellingham, Ronaldo. Quite a lot to bring for you today. We're going to start off talking about Raphinha because there's some big updates which impact on Arsenal, potentially Spurs and Barcelona as well. But as you know, I've always said that looks like it's a good deal for Arsenal, and I still think that, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But first of all, you can see we're sponsored by Manscaped on the show today. Lots of clubs looking to trim their squads to make their squads look better. Well, with Manscaped, you can trim your grass and make your yard look bigger. Quite literally. So what's it all about, Manscaped? Well, summer's here, the sun is shining, it's time to get yourself looking cool and fresh. And look, it works. Manscaped trimmer, lawnmower 4.0. It's got an adjustable lock, it's got a light on it for a more precise shave. It uses electromagnetic induction charging, so you don't need a wireless for it. And as I said, adjustable lengths as well. Fantastic little product. It comes as part of the performance package. Manscaped is trusted by over 4 million men worldwide. And we're giving you 20% off plus free packaging and free shipping as well. They'll put it in a package and then they'll free ship it for you as well. They also have the Performance Package 4.0, where not only do you get the 4.0, which you can just order on its own, but you can go for the Performance Package 4.0, where you get the Weed Whacker, which is this. You can use it for your nose and for your hair. I don't normally do it live because there has been a time where it's because I'm not looking, I've actually trimmed somewhere else. Not nowhere sinister, but it does work. Nose trimmer, crop preserver, ball deodorant, crop reviver, toner, performance boxer shorts, and a travel bag, which is fantastic. I love the travel bag because I can put my deodorants and stuff in there as well. Manscaped's even throw in those two gifts, like I said. As I said, the lawnmower 4.0 is fantastic. It's got a 7,000 RPM motor for anyone who wants that. And because Manscaped care about everyone watches that watches That's Football, they are giving you a huge 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code Footy at checkout. That's the code Footy, or you can scan the QR code with your phones by putting up your camera to that QR code and it will take you straight there. So check out those check out those items, trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Really is fantastic, really good quality products. And you know, in these hot summer days, it's nice to clear a little things, it looks better and you're a lot fresher. So check it out with Manscaped, fantastic products. Anyway, let's get back to the transfer news. So, I'm going to talk about Raphinha first. Raphinha is a player that I've mentioned to you a few days ago that Arsenal are closing in on this deal. They're closing in even more. The bid that was reported to go in, I think even David Ornstein spoke about the bid, was always going to be a little bit low. It has gone a little bit quiet. It is a bit dangerous, and if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be a little bit worried. You were definitely closing on it a few days, but I'm not going to change. Still think the information's good on that. And enhanced by the fact that Dembele, who we were speaking about to Chelsea last week, remember I said at the start of the week it's looking like Dembele is probably going to stay at Barcelona and the Chelsea deal isn't looking likely because obviously the Sterling thing we'd mentioned before. So it looks like Dembele will sign a new contract at Barcelona, and if he does, they won't go for Raphinha. And I always felt that Arsenal's big competitor for Raphinha was Barcelona, because I think Raphinha wanted to go to Barcelona. So that is looking very, very good. I would be wary of Spurs. I'd be wary of Spurs, and there's a bit of a merry-go-round going round at the moment because you've got Jesus to Arsenal, but then Chelsea and Spurs have taken a look. You've got Richarlison to Spurs, but Chelsea are having a look, which we'll talk about at the moment. And then you've got Raphinha to Arsenal, but then Chelsea and Spurs are taking a look. And I think all three clubs at the moment are looking at similar positions and being thrown in for similar players. I mean, Sterling will probably get linked to Spurs and Arsenal as well. I think Sterling ends up at Chelsea. I think Raphinha will end up at Arsenal. But Spurs can offer Champions League football. The issue with Spurs is they're looking for another striker, but they do have a good front three of Son, Kulusevski and Kane. Whereas I think Arsenal can say to Jesus and to Raphinha, you will start. So I still think it will happen, and I think it's a positive that Barcelona keep Dembele because that means they won't go for Raphinha. There's meant to be today a big announcement from La Liga. Now, I know today is getting on, but there is meant to be a big announcement. I think it will be to do with Lewandowski and Barcelona, or maybe Koundé and Barcelona. But apparently Lewandowski, there is a bid going in from Barcelona for about 35 million quid, which isn't far off what Bayern Munich want for him. So we'll see what happens with that. But the Raphinha thing is quite a positive for Arsenal, so let's see what happens with that. Also, there is a story coming out that Richarlison is his move to Spurs is in danger because Chelsea are looking to swoop in and do that deal, and they're going to offer a player or something like that. Look, again, if you are Richarlison and Chelsea want you, you're going to go there because Chelsea are winning more things than Spurs, let's be fair. But also, it's not just about that. I don't think that's a big reason not to go to Spurs anymore because Conte is a great manager and Spurs are in the Champions League. So I think that the attraction of Spurs is there for any player. I think the reality is that if you go to Chelsea, they haven't got a striker really. Lukaku's gone. Werner, I mean, they don't really have a striker. So if you're Richarlison, you go there and you expect to play up front. Whereas if you go to Spurs, they've got Harry Kane, Son, Kulusevski. You've got more of a battle to get in the team. So I think that whilst Richarlison will still be favourite to go to Spurs, I fancy Chelsea if they go for him to go and get him. But remember, Chelsea is still looking at Sterling, and I don't think that would have any impact on the Richarlison deal. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But at the moment, I mean, traditionally Spurs end up a little bit empty-handed, don't they? There's enough. There's a few players there: Jesus, Raphinha, Sterling, Richarlison. But as things stand, I can see Jesus and Raphinha at Arsenal, and certainly Sterling at Chelsea and Richarlison maybe as well, which would leave Spurs empty-handed. So it could get quite competitive. And I think, on going back to Raphinha, I think Arsenal need to go and offer what Leeds want ASAP. Because there might be some competition there, even though Barcelona are out of the race. Just a quick thing on Ronaldo. I spoke about this last night. Ronaldo is a Manchester United player. There was links about Bayern Munich last night when they sell Lewandowski. I'd never heard anything of this in relation to United Stand, which is my other channel. But also this morning, we've had a couple of German journalists, Plettigol and Christian Falk, both saying there's nothing in this, so there's nothing in that. What was interesting from Fabrizio Romano was talking about Jude Bellingham and saying that Spanish clubs will be in for him next season, and when he says Spanish clubs he means Real Madrid and Barcelona, which is a bit of a concern for people like Liverpool or Manchester City, because Chelsea as well. I mean, we tried to get him and he went to Dortmund United, but I don't think United will be getting Bellingham next year unless they suddenly become a very relevant side that can challenge for big trophies, because Jude Bellingham will be on the menu of a Real Madrid, a Barcelona, a Man City and a Liverpool. And that probably, we might be wrong, we've got a World Cup, there might be a player that boosts through this season, but I'd say Jude Bellingham looks like being the big summer transfer next year. That would be my early prediction. The blockbuster transfer next year will be Jude Bellingham, because there'll be a big queue of teams and you'll be bidding at around £100 million. So look, early prediction, he'll probably end up at Man City. I don't think it helps Liverpool when clubs like that are moving in for him. So look, that's just an early look at that. But there is news out there. There's definitely news out there, and I wanted to just mention this as well. Story I saw today about Chelsea and Koundé. I think it's fully expected that Koundé will go to Barcelona. A player that's sort of being mentioned a little bit around Chelsea at the moment is De Ligt from Juventus. Now, again, United were linked to De Ligt. We've been linked to absolutely every centre-back, and we'll probably still pick Maguire and Lindelof next year. But De Ligt was never a goer for Manchester United. I remember looking and talking about it a few weeks ago. He cost Juventus a lot of money. I think he was he like 60, 70 million? His contract is still quite long. So I think Juventus will cash in on De Ligt. I think they would do a deal, definitely. But he's not a deal that United could have done for 30, 40 million. I think if Chelsea want to spend 50, they might bite at that. So maybe keep an eye on De Ligt to Chelsea as they move their attention away from Koundé. There's a lot of centre-backs out there at the moment. There are a lot of centre-backs. And I think that United have been linked to quite a few. I think Arsenal are looking for one. So, but Chelsea with new owners, I think Chelsea want to make statement signings that are good players that will come in and make a big impact. And I think someone like De Ligt, Raheem Sterling, these are the sort of players that Chelsea want to add to a squad that's got good players, but they need centre-backs. Thiago Silva's obviously not getting any younger. Rudiger's gone. Christensen's going. So they do need quality centre-backs. And Chelsea are the team that I've said this a few times, that I'm really sort of intrigued to see what they're going to do, because they're they're not the club that you can sit there and go, like you can with the Glazers and United, and go, well, they might buy somebody, they might do sod all. They're a club with new owners that want to prove to the fans that they're the right owners for the club. So they will be doing business. And we know that Chelsea can be quite dominant in a transfer window. So, look, maybe keep an eye on that, Ligt. They will be signing centre-backs, and I'm convinced they'll get Sterling. I mean, I wouldn't go 100% on anyone, but I'm convinced from what I was told a few weeks ago that they'll get Sterling. I'm very confident on the Raphinha story. And yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. So let's wait and see. But yeah, look, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. So I still think Raphinha ends up at Arsenal. Barcelona looking like they're going to keep Dembele now. Be careful of Spurs. They are going to be a bit of a wounded animal if Richarlison ends up going to Chelsea and they miss out there. Jesus, I think, to Arsenal will happen very soon as well. And keep an eye on Chelsea defensively. Maybe De Ligt comes onto the equation if Koundé goes to Barcelona. And I still think Sterling will happen there. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video. We will react to any signings as they happen. And subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And don't forget to check out Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 20% off with the code FOOTY. You can scan the QR code as well on the QR code with your phone next to me, or go through the link in the description. Take care everyone. I'll speak to you on the next one.